So with the My Hero Academia anime finally covering the Class 1A versus Class 1B joint training battles, as promised, it is doubly time for us to resume our Quirk Evolution series. The second round fight of Team Momo versus Team Kendo in particular really got me thinking. And with Kendo being one of my favorite Class 1B characters, I would like to start off with her. Now her quirk, Big Fist, is pretty simple, but to me has a whole lot of untapped potential. As it currently stands, the quirk allows Kendo to enlarge her hands greatly. They immediately become several times larger than her entire body, and in turn, her strength increases tremendously as well. And thankfully, this increase in size has no negative impact on her maneuverability and/or control. What is a sort of localized gigantification reminiscent of Marvel's Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. And although her quirk is limited to her hands, in regards to the general simplicity of superpowers in this world, it is more than enough. Kendo is majorly a close quarters combatant. When facing the vast majority of foes, it would only take her a few direct blows to take them down. She is able to indent metal shields with ease, can restrain most adversaries, and sports a very impressive carrying capacity. She made her way across an entire battlefield with Momo tied to her, along with a whole cannon. That cannon by its lonesome is sure to weigh several thousand pounds. And now with all this in mind, let us begin the quirk evolution process. Now, as we have established, Kendo is not exactly made sluggish by way of her enlarged hands. However, with them being so large, a degree of resistance is inevitable. But because her body is acclimated to the increase, it may not even be a consideration for her. But I imagine that she could stand to increase the speed of her movements several times over. By reducing the size of her fists and only enlarging them upon impact, she could let off a barrage of accelerated punches with some major momentum behind them, only to then reduce size once more when she reels back and do the inverse with her other fist. I imagine this would take a bit of practice to get the timing down and such, but for a world of difference, I think that it's worth it. Furthermore, I imagine Kendo could stand to take a page out of Deku's playbook and work on a bit of air pressure. Perhaps they wouldn't be on the same level of power, but being able to have a somewhat reliable means of attacking at longer ranges could be major for her. Beyond this, if Kendo were to study a martial art primarily focused on striking like karate or boxing, she would really be a serious threat. It's to the point where with these improvements, I would compare her to the likes of Rappa. And funny enough, Rappa's first name is Kendo. And at that, Kirishima is my favorite character, and so I don't say this lightly. If Kendo applied herself in this way, she might really give him a run for his money at the very least. Now, we could furthermore go on to contemplate a Kendo whose enlargement wasn't restricted to her hands, being able to also go to her legs for instance. But rather than detracting from what she already has going on, I would rather go all in. I want to see her fists become even bigger. Let them become on par with the likes of Luffy's Gear 3rd technique. I mean, her hands get big, sure, but they're not exactly giant-sized, or at least not on par with the giants that we have seen within the series thus far. That would be a major upgrade across the board that would still feel right in the hands of this character. But yeah guys, that's all I've got for Kendo. I really think this character is something special, and I hope Horikoshi considers including her a bit more in the story at some point, along with the many other lesser focused members of our massive cast of characters. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to subscribe to Plot Armor with notifications on to never miss a single upload. And to never miss out on the latest and greatest anime and manga news, memes, and information, go ahead and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at PlotArmorYT. Because when it comes to bringing you some of the best My Hero Academia content on the platform, Plot Armor has you covered. As always, I'm Slice of Otaku. Thank you all so much for watching and have an awesome day. I love you.